All right, listen up. Something just happened on Wall Street that you absolutely need to know about. It's not just big, it's history making, and it's going to impact your world. Nvidia, the chip maker, just hit a mind-blowing $4 trillion in total value. That's right. 4 followed by 12 zeros. For the first time ever, a public company is worth that much. This isn't just some fancy number for rich folks. It's a huge signal about where our economy's headed. I'm going to break down what this means, why it matters to you, and the single biggest takeaway from this massive milestone. A takeaway most people are completely missing. So stick around because I'm saving that crucial piece of information for the end. Nvidia is now the undisputed king of the stock market. Forget Apple, forget Microsoft. They were the big shots, with Apple hitting nearly $4 trillion in total value before stumbling, and Microsoft reaching about $3.7 trillion. But on Wednesday, July 9th, 2025, Nvidia left them in the dust, jumping past Apple and Microsoft. This isn't just about one company. It's about the Magnificent Seven, the biggest tech companies leading the charge. And Nvidia just proved it's the top dog. Here's something wild. Nvidia is now worth more than the entire country of the United Kingdom's yearly economic output. Think about that. One single company is worth more than a whole country's economy? You might be wondering how a company that started in a diner got here so fast. I'll get to that in a bit. How did they do it? Simple. Artificial intelligence. Nvidia is the foundation for the AI revolution. Their specialized chips are what one investment bank called the new gold and oil that power everything in this massive AI boom. We're talking about their graphics processing units, or GPUs. They used to be just for hardcore PC gamers, making games look real. But turns out these same chips are perfect for the crazy calculations AI needs, performing those tasks faster and more efficiently than standard computer chips. Every major tech company like Microsoft, Amazon, and Google needs NVIDIA's chips to run their AI models and cloud services. We're talking about the brains behind generative AI chatbots like ChatGPT and Google's Gemini, the stuff that lets cars drive themselves and even creates art, music, and stories. NVIDIA basically holds a monopoly for this critical tech in the AI sector. This company, which started from an idea at a Denny's diner back in 1993, has seen its stock price go absolutely wild. At the start of 2023, one share was around $14. Now, it's over $160. We're talking about shares that have surged more than 1,500% over the last 5 years. To put that in perspective, if you had invested just $1,000 in Nvidia in July 2015, that investment would now be worth about $350,000. In just the last month, their stock jumped over 15%, and this year alone, it's up roughly 20%. In the last 12 months, it's gained about 22 to 25%. This isn't just growth, it's an explosion. Last quarter, their revenue jumped about 70%, raking in over $44 billion, and they expect to make another $45 billion this current quarter. They're basically printing money because everyone needs their chips. Nvidia hit $1 trillion in total value in May 2023. Then it hit $2 trillion in February 2024, and $3 trillion just last month. This isn't slowing down. Now, it hasn't been a completely smooth ride. Even kings face challenges. Earlier this year, a Chinese startup called DeepSeek popped up with what they claimed was a powerful, cheap AI model. Wall Street got spooked, wondering if expensive NVIDIA chips would still be needed. NVIDIA's stock took a hit, plunging over 35% from January to April. But it wasn't just that. There was also the whole trade war with China. The U.S. government put restrictions on selling NVIDIA's most advanced AI chips to China. This actually cost NVIDIA about $4.5 billion in lost sales in one 3-month period alone. And they said it could cost as much as $8 billion in lost sales. Their CEO, Jensen Huang, a guy some are calling the Taylor Swift of tech because he's that popular, said the $50 billion China market is pretty much closed to U.S. companies. That's a huge market to lose. And Huang even called the U.S. chip policy a failure. He's become a global diplomat for AI, meeting with President Trump and world leaders, even accompanying Trump on a trip to Saudi Arabia. Nvidia is also a partner in Project Stargate, a $500 billion AI infrastructure push by Trump's administration to boost America's tech footprint. But here's the kicker. Nvidia didn't just survive these hits. They roared back. Since April, their stock has rocketed up roughly 75%. This shows you how strong the demand for their AI chips is, even with roadblocks. Huang believes AI is going to transform every single industry: healthcare, finance, retail, transportation, manufacturing. He believes we are only at the very beginning of this massive shift. So what's next? Analysts on Wall Street are predicting even more crazy growth. Some think Nvidia could hit a $6 trillion total value by 2028. That's not a typo. And it's not just Nvidia. They believe their competitor, Microsoft, will hit $4 trillion in total value this summer. And both companies could reach $5 trillion in the next year and a half. This isn't just about Nvidia. It's about something much bigger, something that impacts your job, your industry, and even the way you live your daily life. Why are they so confident? Because this AI revolution is the biggest tech transformation we've seen in over 40 years. It's not just about Nvidia making money. Analysts say that for every dollar spent on Nvidia's chips, it creates $8 to $10 in value across the rest of the tech world. That's a massive ripple effect. The market was expected to be triggered by tariff issues, but it held up well because of this underlying strength. Investors are shrugging off worries about high inflation and potential economic pain from tariffs because the profits from AI are just too huge to ignore. This AI boom is helping the S&P 500, our main stock market index, hit record after record. Nvidia itself now carries the most weight on the S&P 500, even more than Apple or Microsoft. This tech bull market is still in its early stages. Now, for that big takeaway I'd promised, Nvidia hitting $4 trillion in total value means that artificial intelligence is no longer just a futuristic concept. It's a present-day economic force that is rapidly reshaping every part of our lives. This isn't some niche tech trend. This is the core engine driving massive wealth creation and technological advancement that will impact jobs, industries, and even the way you live your daily life. It means that the world you're living in right now is changing faster than ever before, and companies like Nvidia are at the very forefront of that change. Understanding this isn't just good for your investment portfolio. It's crucial for understanding the direction our entire society is heading. All right, that's the real deal on Nvidia and the AI boom. If this helped you understand what's going on, smash that like button. Make sure to subscribe to the channel for more straight talk like this, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss our next video.